What's up guys, it's Sean and welcome back to the iherng podcast. And before getting into the question, this episode is brought to you by Bala, which is this exact desk that I'm using right now. They are kind enough to send one right after I shifted out into an apartment. It's this combination of a solid wood tabletop along with a reinforced desk frame, so it's adjustable. Just nice. So I'll just put the link down below. Go check it out. And today we will answer a question from Instagram. Hi Sean, or I can call you Big Koko. For those who don't understand, Koko means brother in Cantonese. Firstly, I would like to thank you for all the free information and sharing. I've been following your channel for a few months now and I really learned a lot from it. I am 18 years old and I would like to ask you for some advice. My mom has a property in Bukit Beruntung, Rawang. It's an apartment unit that she bought as her first property many years ago. The installment were fully paid and the unit is just sitting there. The condition of the unit is terrible. It has been broken in by people for don't know what purpose and the windows were all broken, trashes everywhere. The apartment itself has a low occupancy rate too, and in overall, it's a bad investment. My mom had the thought of just letting it go quickly, way below the market value, because there is a small bleed of 90 ringgit per month just for nothing. She already have many burden, not financially, by having 3 children after my dad had passed away 2 years ago. So here I am asking you for some other ways to deal with the apartment. Is it better to just hire people to clean and fix the windows and maybe paint the wall, improving into a move-in condition, furthermore furnish it and sell it at a better price? The median for the move-in condition is around 130 to 140,000 and currently the condition, it has an asking price of 50,000 before. I don't really know the expenses to make over, so I would like to hear from you whether to Number 1, easily let go just way below market price. Number 2, do some cleanings so I can sell it at a better price. Number 3, I don't even know whether is it possible to furnish it and rent it out and get cash flow. Thank you very much and hope that you have a great day. This is by Yong. And first of all, bro, it's really amazing of you at this age, right, of 18 to know about all these kind of things. And it's very good that you're really trying hard to help out your mom. So first of all, for those who have no context, right, Bukit Beruntung is this infamous project back then where it's about this township where the government announced to have a lot of infrastructure improvements. If not mistaken, they will build the KLIA there, they will build a lot of things there. So before all of those things were built, a lot of developers, a lot of investors just flocked in because naturally we will think that infrastructure means improvement, improvement means increase in housing demand, and that means increase in capital appreciation. It means opportunities to make money. So everyone just flocked in, and this was done in an era where there were no social media. So the only source of information will be the conventional media, newspaper, TV, whatsoever, and word of mouth. It was through recommendations of relatives friends hey, that place is going to have this new airport, the government is going to put in a lot of money to improve the infrastructure, so invest in. But in the end, the attention was shifted into the current KLIA and the whole thing just crumbled. And things like that are just pretty common. For example, the ECRL, which is the main train that's going to connect us with Singapore going into Thailand as well. They have kind of proposed and announced the potential stops of the train within Malaysia itself, and suddenly the land price and the transaction frequency of those locations suddenly shot up like mad. Everybody was just trying to gush in like the gold rush, trying to buy as much. Then in the end, the plan cancelled and these people were just caught with a land that was proposed to be close to a train station. Well, in my opinion, are they wrong to do so? If it's just blindly throwing your excessive money away, since it's excessive, so it's fine, but you are actually throwing your life savings away that you need for your wedding, you need for your business cash flow or whatsoever. There, I don't think it's good. So the key to that is whether is it an informed decision and did they take a calculated risk? Because if you go in early, you will make the most money out of it. But in their case, they went in too early, ahead of the announcements, and it didn't turn out well. So back to this apartment in Bukit Beruntung. It's fully paid up, but every month still got 90 ringgit. I guess will be the maintenance fees. The condition of the apartment is very bad as described. No more window. Why no more window? It's because people break in And most of the time, since know people for a very long time, indirectly it also means free lodging for other people lah. So what will be the solution? He kind of proposed three. One will be to just sell under market value, because currently got people offer 50,000 for the unit, but Yong here did his research, that's great, which is around 130 to 140,000. The other thing to think is whether do you make over the unit, make it nice and sell it. Then the last one is to actually rent it out and make a profit out of it. So what we need here is actually more data, and the data that's lacking right now for you is the cost of renovation, the cost of making good, and the rental rates. Because in your consideration of just fixing the window, cleaning the unit and selling, right, what would be the cost of doing up the window? What would be the cost of cleaning it up? Because you need to also include the cost of your time and effort to go there. But if you're free, then it's bonus. Take it as a learning curve to get people, hey, maybe the window is going to cost you 400-500, then the labor fee is going to be 100-200. Maybe you have a lot of windows, I don't know how severe it can be. Then the cleaning is going to be 200-300, or if it's the entire unit, maybe 600. Then maybe if there's spray, then you need paint job or whatsoever. So get that cost out first. Then you can balance this out with the actual profit that you're going to make. For example, a perfectly normal unit, safe to stay in, safe to live in, is going to be 150,000. Now people offer you 50,000. So is it worth to pay out 5 to 10,000 to make good of the unit? Even put in lights, even put in fans, even put in curtains, even put in grills. Let's say 15,000, right? By putting in 15,000 allows you to make extra 100,000. Why not? But what's lacking now is the cost of making good. So the way to go about it is to get a contractor. Maybe you can just Google some or just ask your mom's friend, because not everyone may want to go all the way there to fix something for a low budget. So if the total amount is sufficient enough and they are okay with it, then this plan might work. The other thing to consider then, do you have the amount of money, or is your mom comfortable enough to actually pay out this money? Because only with this data you can balance it out, where let's say the unit is going to cost 30 to 40,000 to fix. So now instead of selling it 50,000, or I need to put in 30 to 40,000 to repair and make good, so now I can sell at 150,000, but I don't have 40,000 now, so might as well just sell it when people want it at 50,000. So only when you have that data, again, your option 1 and 2 can be considered evenly. Then if you want to do makeover, unfortunately, I don't think my team covers that area. But in this scenario, I would suggest you to find out the rental rates first. What would be the rental rate for the entire unit? And let's deep dive into this, right? Find out the rates of a bare unit, which means as long as it's clean, fan, light, curtain, water heater, grills, somewhere around that, which is basic fittings, how much would be the rental be? Then if it's fully furnished, how much would be the rental? Again, similar scenario. Are you comfortable? Assume the cost of making good is 15,000. After you put in 15,000, you can rent out the unit maybe 800 a month. Then is that a good deal for you and your mom? Because you think about it, 800 a month, 9,600 a year. Do you want to go through the trouble? Then what happens if it's fully furnished? And you can actually do it yourself, which is way cheaper. So you just need to furnish the sofas, beds, curtains. Then the cost of making good 5,000, you put in another 5,000 the cost of fully furnishing it. Then maybe the rental now is 1,200 instead of 800. Then would that make sense? Only with all this data, you kind of know what to do, but ultimately it all boils down to your mom's intention for the property. Are you guys in a state where you guys really need cash? Another important aspect here will be the time that will also dictate the strategy of the property. If you have time, you can really play the cards up front, where you put in 15,000 to make another 100,000. Only with time you can do such a thing. But in this property, I don't think there will be any room for capital appreciation. So what it means here is that by holding the property another 5 years time, I do not think there will be massive amount of capital appreciation happening to the property. So there's actually not much benefit in holding the property. So I would suggest, if possible, exit the property so you can buy something else, invest somewhere else. And that will be my recommendation. So now the strategy is whether to release now early at 50,000, or you buy in some time with more research, put in the work, and that allows you to release the unit at a higher price later. You see where I'm going? But personally, I'm really thrilled, I'm really happy that you have such a mindset and awareness at such a young age. At 18, you're basically still a kid lah. And I'm really grateful to have audiences at your age. So in the meantime, since you have just followed a few months, right, welcome to the channel, and I would suggest you to listen to the earlier podcast episodes, and there you will learn kinda the thinking pattern of how to resolve issues. And again, thank you very much for sending in, and for those who still have any questions regarding real estate, do just email me at taniherng@gmail.com, or you can just DM me on Instagram like iherng. Follow me on Instagram for those who have not, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.